Welcome to a new edition of See What's On, Central Maine's radio arts magazine, brought to you by Community Productions and Mix 107.9. It's Sunday, October 16th, 2016. I'm your host, Dick Dyer. Each week, we scour the region and highlight the new and the unique arts happenings wherever they might occur. From Bangor to Lewiston, from Farmington to Rockland, from lounges to formal theaters, from galleries, festivals, libraries, movie houses, and maybe even your own home. If it's on, it's on. See what's on. This week, we continue with the theme of fall festivals and take a peek at the upcoming Harvest on the Square and the first annual Bacon Jam, scheduled in downtown Waterville October 18th and October 22nd, respectively. As part of the show, we have a visit with the musical group The Fossils, so get ready to enjoy some great acoustic music. This segment of See What's On is brought to you by SBS Carbon Copy, located on Main Street in Waterville. SBS is a family-owned business and has always been a strong supporter of the arts and community development. Visit them at mainprintingservices.com. First up on our show, let's listen to The Fossil, the headline act at the first annual Bacon Jam this October 22nd. Here is their rendition of the Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young classic hit, Ohio.
10 soldiers and Nixon coming, we're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming, for dead in Ohio. Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are gunning us down. Should have been done long ago. What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground? How could you run when you know? La 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 la. Gotta get down to it. Soldiers are gunning us down. Should have been done long ago. What if you knew her and found her dead on the ground? How could you run when you know? 10 soldiers and Nixon coming, we're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming, for dead in Ohio, for dead in Ohio, for dead in Ohio, for dead in Ohio.
So welcome into our studio the members of The Fossils, Greg Dougal, Randy Gould, and Dan Cassavant. How are you?
Doing well.
Very
Thanks.
well, thank you.
Bacon Jam, Proper Pig's first annual Bacon Jam. We're going to be in downtown Waterville again, because you were just there for Waterville Rocks this summer. It's part of that great series, and back by popular demand. We're going to be in the Camden Pocket Park. You know right where that is?
It is. There's a space between the GHM agency office and Camden National Bank. And I hadn't heard it referred to as the Pocket Park before, but it's a perfect name for it.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice little spot, a little alcove.
And we actually played there during the Taste of Waterville.
Okay, great. So that was just recently again.
Yeah.
So
on August 3rd, I believe.
Yeah, this summer. And this will be, as I said, the first annual. And ironically, the Camden National Bank is one of the sponsors of this series, as well as Mason's Brewery.
And who doesn't want a brewery as a sponsor?
Well, it's a nice added feature, and people coming to the show can make sure this goes from, we're scheduled in there from 2 to 8 p.m. with 3 acts, and I understand there's some interim acts as well between the main acts.
Yeah, there'll be some a cappella performances by the Colby 8. You know, I'm looking forward to this because there's going to be, in addition to the music, there's also going to be, the brewery is going to be having beers on tap, and the Proper Pig is going to be providing nice menu of food as well. So
And so how can you go wrong with food and beer?
And music.
And music. And, you know, for those of you who didn't get to the show, the a cappella groups we had as well, Megalomaniacs, as I understand it, and the Colby 8,
Yes.
which is actually 16, but they lied, you know.
And unfortunately, the Megalomaniacs couldn't be there this time around. But
Oh, there's a change. Okay.
but the Colby 8 will be there.
The Colby 8.
There may very well be some other local school a cappella groups performing. We're still
Great.
finalizing some of that.
Little final details on that. So you'll have to come to find out. We'll tease that up. You know, guaranteed it'll be good. So we'll open the evening with another band that some people may know as the Blues Prophets, but they also go by the Blue Flames, depending on who's playing.
And they've been a fixture in this area for 40 years, so there's many people that are very familiar with them. They're a very talented group of blues players, and we're looking forward to being part of the same show as them.
Absolutely. And again, people will know that name from the area. How great can this be? You come out for a night of free music and enjoy yourself outdoors in a nice downtown environment. We go from Blue Flames to a transition over with the a cappella groups, and then we bring in the new name, Dr. D, and many people will recognize these performers as part of Dr. D.
Right. Mike Rancourt is another well-known Waterville musician, known to most of us old folks because of his first incarnation was with the band called Buffalo Chip Tea.
Okay.
It's still legendary in the Waterville area. He's been playing ever since, and he's now partnered with his best friend, Katie Daggett. And
Terrific.
the two of
Yeah.
them together are fantastic. They play both cover songs and a lot of originals, too. So I'm looking forward to that. They performed at the Waterville Rocks.
Absolutely.
The very first Waterville Rocks concert series that was moved into the Opera House due to weather. But I sat in the Opera House and listened to them, and they were fantastic.
Well, it did sound great. And Katie takes me back. I actually introduced her. She was the opening act for the show that I helped produce with Nitty Gritty Dirt Band in the Opera House several years ago now. And she's got a great sound. She still does wonderful things. And again, original music and wonderful stuff.
And they just got back, Mike and Katie, from a tour through Poland and I believe Ireland or Scotland. They actually performed over there just recently. So
Great. Doing great things. And of course, then we come back, and the featured act of the night are none other than the Fossils.
Yeah.
The
well,
Fossils.
that would be us.
That would be you. Yeah, that's your cue. That's good. And we're going to come back and we're going to talk to each of these guys individually after they do a song. What are we going to hear next?
Well, you already heard Ohio, so I think we're going to do Blackbird next.
Sounds good.
And which version of Blackbird are you doing? Is this the
This
original?
is actually more of a takeoff on what CSN did with it. Originally a McCartney song, but we sort of took the CSN version and worked up our own.
Great. Wonderful. We'll look forward to that and come back and talk more with these guys.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment
moment to be free. You were only waiting for this moment to be free.
So October is a very busy month in downtown Waterville and the region in general. And today is an opportunity to talk about one more event coming in October 18th, the next iteration of Harvest on the Square. So in the studio with us today is Kika Nigel, Program Manager for Waterville Creates. Kika, welcome.
Thank you, Dick. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Again, busy months. Always good to have a busy month with the arts, as I'm sure you would agree.
Yes, very busy October.
So
Seem to come in waves for us.
So let's jump right into this. So we've got several speakers with announcements about things that are going on in downtown Waterville.
Correct.
Those speakers include...
We have Greg Powell from the Alfond Foundation, David Green from Colby College.
Here's the president up there at the Colby, yeah.
George Mitchell, our senator.
The Honorable.
And our own Shannon Haynes from Waterville Creates.
She's the president and CEO of Waterville Creates.
Yes, she's newly appointed and just started last week.
So with that lineup, we would expect to hear some exciting things.
I think we will.
Okay, great. Well, we'll keep everybody in suspense on that. But the rest of the evening, now, of course, is food and drink. The food is free. The drink is cash bar
yep.
under the tent. So regardless of the weather, we'll have some great way to sate everybody's food interest and drinking interest. And along with that is a bunch of artistic activities.
Yeah, we have lots of stuff happening, especially in our Common Street Arts Gallery and education spaces. So in conjunction with Harvest on the Square, we have an ongoing exhibition of mud, works in clay by our main clay artists.
And if you haven't seen this exhibit...
It's fabulous. It really is. Yeah. I mean, the diversity of work is wonderful. We're open Wednesday through Friday, noon to 5, and Saturdays 10 to 1. So come on by to take a look at that. But we also have David Twiss in our annex and in our front window. He's an installation artist from Portland and also a printmaker. And he'll be there because it will also be his opening reception for his installation piece. It's very interesting and very beautiful. And then we'll have pottery demonstrations in our pottery studio going on during that time. And the whole event starts at 6 and ends at 8, but the speakers will start at 7:30. We'll also have a maker event in the front studio of our Common Street Arts Gallery. People can come in and make a little art thing for free and kind of check out what
chance to try out their
our
craft?
Studio, yeah. So it's gonna be simple, and you can do it simply with not much experience needed whatsoever. And then we have a potter who's gonna be in that clay studio. We're gonna be starting classes there shortly, and he's gonna show you how to make pots on the wheel.
Great, and musically, Lindsay Maurer.
Lindsay Maurer is going to be under the tent. We're going to also have some music in the gallery, and we'll also have refreshments in the gallery for our opening for David Twiss. There's going to be it's an evening full of music,
right?
Art,
and we featured some of these characters from Young Frankenstein, and I gather even Young Frankenstein cast members will be there.
Yes, sometime in the between 6:30 and 7 that evening, there's going to be a little sneak peek of Young Frankenstein cast members.
Frankenstein.
Or Frankenstein, yes. And
with Igor or Igor or.
I don't know. I'm guessing it's Igor and Frankenstein. They will be performing a number from Young Frankenstein opening October 21st. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot happening.
So a lot we featured already on the show.
Yeah.
Kika, anything else you'd like to mention about this great event?
It's so much going on. I suggest people going. It's a 2-hour event with packed of activities. We have lead sponsors, which is Colby College, Waterville Main Street, and Waterville Creates. You can come and enjoy music, festivities, and make something.
So I would imagine they could get information.
We have a Facebook event created.
Facebook, okay, Facebook. And then we know there's a harvestonthesquare.com page. So there's details on that page, harvestonthesquare.com for times and schedules and maybe even last-minute announcements.
Absolutely.
But we're not going to tell you what the announcements are. You have to show up to see who's there for the cast of Young Frankenstein and to hear what this fabulous lineup of speakers have to say.
Yes, absolutely.
Harvest on the Square. Thanks, Kika.
Thank you, Dick.
All right. Let's take a break for some commercial messages and come right back to learn more and to listen to one song by Greg, Randy, and Dan of the Fossils. Welcome back. You're listening to See What's On Mix 107.9. You can hear recent shows that you may have missed on SeeWhat'sOn.com. That's the letter C, What's On, or on Facebook.com, Arts in Central Maine. Please take the time to send us your story ideas and calendar listings for upcoming arts events. So welcome back. We're talking with the members of the Fossils, and we want to take a minute now to really get to know these guys. I mean, I've heard about you, Greg, from numerous people around the area. You live in Oakland, but and I won't tell you what they all
say.
said.
Please don't disclose anything on air. Yeah.
And it's the police blotter and various places like that. But no, I really want to take a few minutes because it's part of what we do with the show to get to know who you are as people. Besides the obvious, you're great musicians. You have obviously a passion for what you do. So who are you, Greg? What do you do?
Well, I'm still working, unfortunately. I wish I was retired, but I've been the owner and operator of Hanover Computer Company in Waterville for the last 25 years. And I have some wonderful customers that keep me busy all the time and allow me to do some of the other things I like to do, which is play music. So,
And in the band, you obviously sing, but what else?
I play bass.
Plays bass, okay. So why do you do music?
Because aside from, my family, it's the most important thing in my life, I think. It has a lot to do with the people I'm playing with. We'll get to that, I'm sure, later. But the history of Dan and I, for instance, goes back almost 40 years. We've played together on and off over the years, and Randy was someone that's a more recent acquisition to my musical family, but seemed to be the perfect addition to this collaboration. And so I couldn't be happier the way things are going for us. And we're only just into our 4th month now as a group. But like I said, between us, we have 150 years worth of musical experience.
Close.
150. Not all of those years are yours. No, okay.
I'm the baby in the
baby in the group. Okay. Well, we had a nice segue, to Dan. How did you guys meet, and how did this come to pass for you, Dan?
Well, Greg and I met in church.
Okay.
We're a couple of choir boys.
All right.
Around the time that I was graduating from college, I decided to start playing in the Sacred Heart Folk Choir, and Greg was there, and I learned under the tutelage of Clem Boulette, learned to play some jazz chords, and became interested in jazz. And Greg and I eventually started a band and just kept in touch over the years and got together and jammed from time to time. We both got married, and so, life gets in the way of the things you really like to do, so there was a bit of a separation for a while. Greg continued along with the music in one direction. I stuck with the church choir. To this day, I still play every Sunday at St. Joseph's Church in Waterville on Front Street. And really got back into secular music because of the things that Colby College has wanted to do in the downtown area. I saw this as an opportunity to be part of the growth and the rebirth of the downtown Waterville area, to start a small band and to play in the Waterville area, to try to entertain the students and the faculty. That seemed to be the mission of Colby, to rebuild the area and, to give back to the community. So we got together one night at the End Zone, which is a local pub in Waterville, and we played at a little event that Greg put together. It was a tribute to Glenn Fry when Glenn Fry died.
Sure.
Goodbye to Glenn Fry, and the three of us were part of that, and we found that there was some magic there, so we got back together and we checked it out, and lo and behold, there was magic.
Well, I think everybody would agree with the harmonies we've just heard today that there's something magical going on.
Thank you very much. It's good to hear that. Thank you.
It sounds wonderful, and I'm sure this is going to get people out, and again, for a great opportunity. Again, emphasizing the importance of downtown. Every community talks about it, but this is a community that is obviously pulling it together, making it happen.
Absolutely.
And you're part of that.
Yeah, we are. Big part of it.
So what do you do by day?
By day, I'm somewhat of a job counselor. I work in disability systems as a consultant for insurance companies, and I help folks that have been injured on the job, help them come up with a plan of action.
Okay.
I've been doing that for about 30 years.
Sure. I was hoping you more broader job counseling. I could use that,
Everybody can.
Everybody can.
Yeah.
So, and last but not least, Randy.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You're from Waterville directly?
Actually, I'm from Corinna.
Oh, Corinna. I got that wrong. I know we just had that conversation.
But we're a Waterville-based band. We go with that because a lot of people, Corinna, they don't necessarily know where that is. So,
well, the people on the show, listening to the show, know what Corinna is because I hear from them, and I'm sure I'll hear more from them.
There you go. There you go.
And we want to hear more. But with this show, we reach statewide, so we welcome Corinna listeners. But tell us about yourself.
Well, as far back as I can remember, music has been a passion. Like some of my earliest memories are about music. doing impersonations of Elvis, doing my version of Beatles songs back when they were like just starting. So music has always been part of my life. I went to college right out of high school back in '74, and I went for 2 years and I dropped out because my music was calling my name. So I played for 9 years in different bands, got married, and when my wife and I were expecting our first child, I thought it was time to get off the road. So then I did a 30-year stint as a teacher and a principal, and I just retired 3 years ago. So I guess I'm the lucky one that I have my days to get ready for the rehearsals and the shows.
Great. And again, I'm sure influencing all that way as an educator and principal people into the arts and in any way you can.
Yeah, as much as I could. Music remained a passion through everything, and now to be able to get back and be doing it somewhat full time is an amazing feeling.
Now, what you just said about Elvis intrigued me. Now, can you do anything with that?
No. I was much better doing that as a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Well, we just learned something, too, because I didn't know you had dropped out of college, because we have that in common, actually.
Yes, yeah. I dropped out, did 9 years of playing, and then went back for my final 2 years.
Yeah, and I did my 2 years at Dartmouth, and I took 6 years off to play music, and
there you go.
Went back and got my degrees.
There's a theme emerging.
That's right.
I wanted to drop.
You wanted to
That counts.
Well, this is great, and it's good to get to know a bit about you and where you're going. Where do you want the Fossils to be in 5 years?
Well, now Dan's the one to answer that question.
He has a plan.
He has a plan.
Yes,
what's that plan, Dan?
Well, you heard Greg say that he wants to retire. You heard Randy say that he is retired. I never want to retire.
Okay.
I always want to have something that I can get up in the morning and say that I have a purpose, I have a mission, I have a goal, and music would be it. And so my idea, my vision over the next 3 to 5 years was to get involved in a band and to become good enough so that we would be invited to some of the nicer venues, maybe some resort areas, so that in my wife's retirement, as she followed me around, it would feel more like retirement than it would feel like work. And I think music is a happy place for most people. So you're not, in large part, you're not dealing with people who are going through troubled times or having any sort of stress in their lives. Music is a fun job. So that's my 5-year goal, is to be doing this as a part of my retirement, and I want life to be fun for a change.
Sure. And I have to ask, because the songs that we've heard and the one you're going to end with in today's show are by others. Are you writing anything together?
Well, all of us actually have original music that we've written over the years, and we've played some of it together. But what we've recognized so far is that our big attraction to our audience at this point is the fact that we play music that a lot of other bands are not playing. Old music for old people, we call it. When we perform,
that would be people like me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a joke, but not really all that much of a joke. Is that when we perform, we call it our Home by 11 tour.
Okay.
And that's
very
the
popular.
Audience. Yeah, it is very popular.
Very popular.
And, we don't. We're not into staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning like we used to, but.
And if you're like me, you can't, and you fall asleep partway through. But no, that's great. That's great. Well, really appreciate that, and appreciate getting to know you a little bit more. You've teased up the fact of where you're going, and I think people will look forward to seeing your name out and about.
Well, and I think we should take the opportunity to thank a few people because, first of all, fans that we've developed in such a short amount of time have been amazing. And we have people that whenever we're performing, they're there, and that means a lot to us. See familiar faces, and we've been fortunate to have some early success. And I think Bill Mitchell deserves some of that credit as well, because he was the force behind the Waterville Rocks concert series,
right?
Which gave us an opportunity to perform to a much larger crowd and gave us some much-needed publicity, and has led to the Bacon Jam and some other opportunities for us. So, it's been nice to be part of the downtown, as Dan said, feel like we're a part of what's happening downtown, and we're just grateful for the fact that it's been benefiting us as well.
And by the very title of this event, the Proper Pigs First Annual, it sounds like Bill is planning to do more of these.
And he's done so much wonderful work downtown with many other things. It's
been great working with.
We're lucky that he likes us.
Exactly. And right along with the other sponsors, including Camden National Bank and Mason's Brewery. So we look forward to seeing you. Remember, it's a free show. It's this coming October 22nd from 2 to 8 p.m. Come out and spend the evening with none other than the Fossils and some other great music.
And you'll be
Thanks
home by
a lot.
11.
And home by 11. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Terrific.
Good talking.
Thank you. Let's finish this week's show by listening to the Fossils version of Times Like These by the Foo Fighters.
I'm a one-way motorway. I'm a road that drives away and follows you back home. I'm a street light shining. I'm a wild light blinding bright and burning off alone. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. I'm a new day rising. I'm a brand new sky to hang the stars upon tonight. I'm a little divided. Do I stay or run away and leave it all behind? It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again.
Well, that's our show for this week. I really want to thank Kika Nigels of Waterville Creates for letting us know about the upcoming Harvest on the Square, October 18th. And to the members of the Fossils, Greg, Randy, and Dan, we look forward to their show as part of the first annual Bacon Jam on October 22nd, also in downtown Waterville. You can also check them out on November 6th at the Liberal Cup in Hollowell and on New Year's Eve at the Sugarloaf Inn. I would also like to say a special thanks to Gatsby for technical assistance in producing this show here on 107.9 The Mix. My partner Gary Poulin and I hope you reach out to us on Facebook and visit our website at seewhatson.com. Remember, that's the letter C, whatson.com. And share that with your friends. We look forward to seeing you next Sunday for more features about the arts in Central Maine. That's it for me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and remember, if it's on, see what's on.